UFOs are real, burgeoning, not going away. I am your intrepid host, L.A. Marzulli, coming to you from an undisclosed location somewhere in Oklahoma. Thanks for watching. We'll get into this, but first, a word from our trusted sponsor. A powerful solar flare recently caused blackouts across the U.S. What's more is many fear that a future solar flare may be so strong that it causes a long-term power outage. Folks, I've been bagging on that for years. Anyway, this would cause us to go without the internet, radio, electricity, maybe even for months. Then, of course, what about an EMP? That's why I've been using today's sponsor, the Lightbug, and I absolutely love it. Thanks to Lightbug, I have unlimited power and ultra-bright lighting from virtually anywhere, even during power outages. That's because it uses solar energy for its ultra-bright floodlight and power bank, which performs excellently in low-light situations. Folks, I've got it. The sponsors gave me one. It's unbelievable. You're going to love this light, seriously. I get them free, but you need to go to www.lightbug.com or click the link in the description below to get 20% off the Lightbug, plus receive several bonuses with every order completely for free. Once again, that's www.lightbug.com. This thing is just, every now and then you get something that's better than sliced bread. This is it. So I think you'll find this interesting, just like all the eyewitness testimonies that come on. This is from a woman by the name of Lisa. She attended our conference in Lincoln, Arkansas over the weekend, and I just thank her for her boldness. This is a strange one, but let's get into that. So here we go. So Lisa, welcome. Thank you for coming on the record. You saw something. Tell us about your encounter.
Well, last summer, I live on the river in northeast Oklahoma. I love going out after dark because the stars and the planets are so clear to see when you're in the country. And I'm not looking for anything, but I look up and my property, I'm looking north. So this is east and west, north. And I've got some trees in the way, and I'm looking at the Big Dipper, which is about here.
Okay.
And just to the left of the Big Dipper, on the other side of the trees, I see these arrows. And so I drew it. The bottom arrow was a little bit smaller than the top arrow.
Okay, let me come in here.
With the blue and red lights.
Right.
And I can't say that it was actually moving. Well, I wrote on the paper it was moving from west to east.
Okay.
Because I wanted to remember it. And then I thought, well, what's going to happen when they run into those trees or go behind the trees? And then it just dissipated.
Now, just hold it right there for a second. So these were lights, correct?
They were lights, and I know what it's not because I'm used to the helicopters, I'm used to the medevac helicopters, I'm used to the little prop planes flying. Do you still want me to hold it?
No, you're good. You can let that down.
I'm used to the prop planes flying above the river. I can hear the trains. I know the animal sounds. So it was not any of those.
How fast was this thing moving, this object moving?
It just, very slow.
Very slow.
Kind of like it was hovering.
Did you hear any noise?
No.
Were the animals and birds and crickets and things, did they stop chirping and doing what they do?
It was a pretty quiet night.
Okay.
I don't remember hearing any cicadas.
How did it leave the scene?
It was just gone.
Well, what do you mean it was just gone? How did it leave? Just disappeared?
I don't know. It just disappeared.
Did the lights blink out?
No, there was no blinking lights. It was just a solid light.
A solid light.
Lights.
Was this a craft or was it just a series of lights?
Literally what you see on the paper, they were arrows. And I just thought, how in the world are those arrows in the sky? What is that?
Wow.
2 arrows. The bottom arrow a little bit smaller than the top arrow.
And how long or how big was this thing?
Okay, so I've got about 60 feet to the bluff from where I was sitting, and it was up to my left It wasn't necessarily above the river. Maybe I'm guesstimating 100 feet up in the sky.
Wow.
I mean, you can't tell how close or how far it was, but it was close. Because again, I'm looking at the Big Dipper right there, and here it is right there. But it wasn't, you couldn't see any reflection off the lake.
What was it? What emotions were you experiencing when you saw this?
Well, I had a friend visiting that I'd worked with for 18 years. And my friend actually used to be a pilot in the Air Force.
Okay.
Well, look at that. Can you see? Well, my friend didn't have their glasses on, so I don't have any shared witnesses to see it. Did I feel anything? No, but I know I belong to Jesus. I wasn't looking for anything.
Right.
It's just, I didn't feel afraid. It was there. It was gone. I wrote it down. I was like, I got to send this to L.A. Marzulli. And then I sent it, and I was like, I didn't write a question, but I was pithy.
Very cool. Lisa, thanks so much for coming on the record.
Thank you,
I
L.A.
really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you and Peggy, so thank you.
I'm not sure what to make of it, but it's just so typical of the way this phenomenon is. When you think you've got it nailed down, something happens, and it's like, whoa, arrows? Flying arrows? That she drew it, you saw it, there it is. I don't know what to make of it, except that it is high strangeness. And I'm not sure even where to put this, supernatural confrontations or a UFO update. But I want to thank Lisa for coming on the record. Later on in this month, actually, in about 3 or 4 weeks, in April, actually, I stand corrected, I will be in Guthrie, Oklahoma, along with Mondo Gonzalez, Pete Garcia, and Lee Brainerd. So the 4 of us will be there at this church. All the information is on the website, lamarzulli.net. If you've not seen the Roswell film, what are you waiting for? Or all 8 films that we have in our UFO series. The phenomenon is real, and it's not going away. You know that. So why not get all your friends over, buy all DVDs, and watch them. If you don't want to buy the DVDs, you can go to streaming.lamarzulli.net and just download them and have a UFO party and understand that this is the coming Great Deception. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode of either Supernatural Confrontations or On the Trail of a Nephilim. And thanks for watching.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection. Late this afternoon, a bulletin from New Mexico suggested that the widely publicized mystery of the flying saucers may soon be solved. Army Air Force officers reported that one of the strange discs had been found and inspected sometime last week. Our correspondents in Los Angeles and Chicago have been in contact with Army officials endeavoring to obtain all possible late information. Joe Wilson reports to us now from Chicago.
The Army may be getting to the bottom of all this talk about the so-called flying saucer. As a matter of fact, the 509th Atomic Bomb Group headquarters at Roswell, New Mexico, reports that it has received one of the discs which landed on a ranch outside Roswell. The disc landed at a ranch at Corona, New Mexico, and the rancher turned it over to the Air Force. Rancher W.W. Brazell was the man who discovered the saucer. Colonel William Blanchard of the Roswell Air Base refuses to give details of what the flying disc looked